Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ndeye Peinda. If you are tuning in today, yes, I know the beat is a lot. It's a lot going on. Don't worry, I do have a tutorial of this look. This is not your everyday look. A lot of my videos, I do looks that are like glam, but you can still wear every day. This is the you trying to find a man. Like this is the it's a new year, new you kind of look. Okay, so if you want to be bold and you want to be vibrant, I do have a tutorial of this look coming up for you guys tomorrow. Especially if you're going out and you want something to, you know, redo on your own eye. I'll take you guys step by step through this look. But for today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about the products that I have been loving for the year of 2018. So if you are not new to my channel, then you know that I do a monthly favorites video. And throughout the year, there's been certain products where I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to save this until December because it's not a product that I've been loving just for the month. It's not something that I was just loving for the week. It's something that I've been using all year round. So if you want to see what my yearly favorites have been, make sure you go ahead and keep on watching. Before that, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 700 subscribers. I'm so happy that you guys are all joining the family. You guys are showing me so much love and I'm so appreciative and so thankful for you guys. So make sure you subscribe, join the family. We lit over here. We have fun. I'm a little ratchet but also still classy, you know? Alright, I'm doing too much. Y'all ever do your makeup and it's like you turn into another person? Humble yourself. Okay. She's being humbled. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the video. So for my favorites, for the things that I've been loving, I'm gonna try to go in order of like the way that I do my makeup. So for eyebrows, this product is something that I kind of picked up late in 2018, but ever since I picked it up, I have not been able to stop using it. And that is gonna be the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil. This pencil is everything. Before I was using this, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Zip Brow, and I still love the pomade, but ever since I bought this, I just can't stop using it. I feel like with the Zip Brow, sometimes you can go too harsh or it can be too dark and it's a little hard to kind of reverse it, so you have to be very careful with that product. Whereas with something like this, it's very easy to use. It's a pencil, you don't have to sharpen it, it winds up, like it's just everything that you would want in a brow pencil, and it's really thin. So it just makes your brow hairs look really good. They look natural, they don't do too much, and if you want to make it dramatic, you can add on to it, but if you don't want it to be too dramatic, it's small enough and precise enough to where like you won't even get that opportunity to mess up. So I really love this brow pencil. Once I do my brows, I do go ahead and conceal, and the concealer that I've been loving for doing my brows is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW45. I know that there's like a running joke that every black person, when they go and get shade matched at MAC, they're NW45. This concealer is bomb. If you are looking for a concealer to do your brows with, I highly recommend this because it's really thick in its consistency, which helps, especially if you don't have your brows shaved. I'm not shaved, girl. Do not shave your brows. Especially if you don't have your brows shaped already. This is gonna do a good job at covering up those hairs so that you can look like you have an arch even if you don't. The only thing I would say about this shade specifically is that it's a little too red. This is like my third bottle this year. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the MAC store and I'm gonna try to find a shade that's a little less red, just so that I can still have the consistency and still have the formula, but not necessarily get halo brows when I do it. So I don't necessarily recommend this shade if you are someone of my complexion, but this concealer will have your brows snatched, okay? Snatched. So once I do my brows and I conceal it, I set my brows, and typically when I set them, I just do it in an upwards motion just so that the hairs can still look, you know, hairy, so that your eyebrows look natural. And I use this e.l.f. What is this? It's like an e.l.f. brow setter, I guess. It has two sides, one for your eyelash and one for your eyebrows. I use both sides, it doesn't really matter to me. It's a clear brow gel. As you guys can see, it did take on the shade of my brows themselves, so it is brown, but this comes clear. And I just really like this for the simple fact that it does set the brows. It helps give them shape, especially when you want to push your hairs back up so that your brows look more natural, and it's really affordable. I feel like this is less than $3 or $3 or less, so I highly recommend this brow setting gel. And for all of 2018, like there's a lot of eyeshadow products that I tried, but I will definitely say that my go-to was always just a neutral eye. And for that, the palette that I feel like I dipped into almost every single time I had somewhere to go is the Too Faced Peachy Matte, what is this? The Velvet Matte Eyeshadow. This eyeshadow palette to me was just everything, for the simple fact that you can do a quick look, and I would always mix two shades together. So I would typically do like a brown smoky or reverse brown smoky, and I would put the red in the back and then put the brown at the front on my lids. So this palette was really amazing for me as far as whenever I had anywhere to go and I needed a quick look, I would use this palette. Another palette that was like that for me is the Juvias Nubian palette. I feel like you guys have heard me talk about this palette consistently on this channel. I mean, look at the way the palette looks. You can tell that I go into this a lot. So this shade right here is probably my favorite transition shade of life. I would buy this palette all over again just for this shade. I don't know why, but I have not been able to find this exact shade in any other palette. I love this dark deep brown. I love the golds. This is just a great palette for anyone that's beginning with makeup. So if you're a beginner and you're trying to get started with eyeshadow, I highly recommend any of the Juvias eyeshadow palettes just because they blend well, they have great pigmentation, and they're affordable. I believe they do still have a sale going on right now, and I'll also put in the description box down below some codes that you can use to get even more money off. For eyeliner, there is none that I have tried, and I've tried a few eyeliners this year. There is none I have tried that beats the Fenty Beauty eyeliner. This eyeliner is everything, and as you guys can see on this look today, I am wearing glitter, and with a lot of eyeliners, when you try to go over them when you have glitter on, it's just very hard. It doesn't glide easily. You won't have that problem with this eyeliner. Like, this eyeliner can go over glitter. I feel like it can go over chunky glitters. It can go over smooth glitters. Any eyeshadow look that you have, this will not dry out as your like mid application. Or have you guys ever been trying to do your wing and then the eyeliner starts to like dry out and it messes up the entire wing? You have to go over it with concealer. You will not have that problem with this eyeliner. So the mascara that I have been loving, during the first half of the year, I would say that I was strictly a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Like, that was the only mascara that I was using. And then Benefit dropped this Bad Gal Bang mascara. And the reason why I fell in love with this mascara is because of the wand itself. I have never been the kind of person that could do my bottom lashes. Like, I always struggle to do my bottom lashes because they are so short. And this wand makes it super easy to just get this on my bottom lash and have my eyes pop more. I feel like it just does an amazing job with coating your lashes and giving them length. It doesn't necessarily give it thickness, but it definitely helps with the length. So if you need a bottom mascara, check this one out. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara is still amazing, but I feel like I reach for this more than any other mascara in my collection, period. For lashes, there's really not one lash that I fell in love with the most, but I did find somewhere where I could get $3 lashes, $3 mink lashes. So if you want a video on that, make sure you go ahead and comment that down in the comment section, and I will get that up for you guys really quickly. So for lashes, to be honest, I just put on whatever, whether it's mink or whether I get it from the beauty supply store. I do have hooded lids, so I typically go for a more wispy lash. So I don't really have a favorite for that. So once I've applied my liner, I apply my lashes, my mascara and everything, I will typically go in with the under eye eyeliner, and you guys know the Marc Jacobs Highliner is my favorite. I do have very, very sensitive under eyes, so I have to be careful with what I put in that area. So for the most part, you will catch me with a smoked out bottom lash line. So this is what I use to achieve that. Once I've done my eyes, I do get into like my face and my base, and there's been two primers that I feel like I've used for the most part of this year. This one is actually almost finished. So in the summertime, especially when it's hot, and in the springtime when I have really, really oily skin, I will use the Makeupforever Step 1 primer. This primer is amazing. It's not as drying or as mattifying as the Becca primer, even though the Becca primer is good, but use the Becca primer if like you blink and get oily. Like, that one is not for the weak of heart. You definitely want to make sure you have oily skin if you use that. But this one does the job of priming your skin, leaving it mattified but not taking up too much of your oils or leaving your skin too dry. For the winter, the primer that I go to for the most part is going to be this Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, just for the fact that it does leave my skin mattified, but at the same time it's not drying and it doesn't take away all of my oils. So it leaves me matte, but it still gives my skin like a natural glow to it. The only thing with this is that it does leave like a purple residue underneath underneath the layers of your makeup, but that shouldn't bother you. It doesn't bother me, just for the simple fact that I know that foundation goes on top of it anyway. So if you're looking for a new primer, this one is definitely great. If I had to pick one between these two, I would pick the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, only because this is something that I could use in the winter, but I feel like I could also get away with using this in the summertime because it does take away the oils. The only issue I have with this is that it's so expensive, which is why I've kept repurchasing the minis, which is kind of like not smart because I could have just bought a full-size one with the amount of minis that I bought, but something in me just won't let me spend all of the money at one time on this. So this is something I suggest you get during like a VIB sale when you could get 15% off or 20% off, just because it is worth a pretty point. For foundations, there's one that I use in the summer and the springtime, and one that I use more so in the winter when it's cold and my skin isn't as oily. For the summer and spring, the foundation that I was loving is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. I am almost out of these, and I'm going to be so sad when I run out. I will probably repurchase, even though I have a bunch of foundations, because this one is like, it just leaves my skin flawless, and the longevity of this foundation is crazy. Like, when I would go to work and it was like in September when it's still pretty hot, like my face would still be beat by the end of the day. So I could wear this for 8 to 12 hours and I would not need to apply any powder to like mattify my skin at all. So this is great for long wear, great for coverage. If you have dry skin, I don't recommend this for you, just because a lot of people with dry skin says that this does not work for them. I wear these two in the shades 470 and 480, and I do mix them. This foundation also has a red undertone in these specific shades. So if you are someone that doesn't have a red undertone, you might not like this foundation, but I loved it all of like summer and spring. This was my go-to when it was hot outside. For the winter and the fall, the foundation that I have been loving is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have mine in the shade Stable and Ganache. This was also something that Jackie Aina works on to extend their shades, and I am in love with this foundation. Like, when I first bought it, I was kind of nervous for the simple fact that it does leave like a skin-like or a satiny finish, and since I had really oily skin when I purchased this, I was just like, I know that I cannot wear this in the summer. And if you go and watch my Too Faced first impressions video, you will see that I said this would be something that I will probably pick up in the winter or when it gets colder, and this has not let me down. So if you want a foundation that is going to leave your skin looking like skin and just super natural, but at the same time give you a glamorous beat, I highly recommend this foundation. There has been one concealer that literally just like took over my life, that I literally have bought maybe 5 or 6 of this concealer, and I literally have like 3 in my drawer as a backup, because I don't know what I would do if I run out, and the concealer is only $7. Y'all ready to find out what it is? That concealer is the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C16. Hands down, this was my favorite, my #1 concealer of the entire year. The coverage of this, the way that it blends, the color was just 100% perfect. Like, I have no complaints about this concealer at all. Like, I'm gonna go and try the foundation that they came out with, which is basically the concealer but just in a bigger bottle, because this formula, this concealer is just everything. To set my concealer, my favorite powder has been the Mercier powder. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this is pretty much done. Like, I had to go and buy a new one because it is finished. I just love the shade of this. I love the formula. It leaves my under eyes looking super like airbrushed and flawless. The color of it doesn't leave me looking ashy. It doesn't give me flashback. It's finely milled. Like, this is everything that you will want in a powder. And I do have a few other powders that I actually really like this year. I feel like a lot of companies did a great job with extending their setting powders, extending the shades in their setting powders. So there's a few that I really like, but if I had to pick one that was just my hands down favorite, it would definitely have to go to the Mercier powder. For contour, there was 2 contour products. So one that I kind of used at the beginning of the year, and then one that I started using towards the end. I don't recommend this one because of the price. So this Black Up contouring stick is 2 sides. I loved this contouring stick. This was probably the first contour stick that I found that was just like deep enough for me that I felt like actually contoured my cheeks, because I had such a hard time in the past years of finding something that would contour. I would always have to do the reverse contouring thing. So this was the first product where the actual stick itself was dark enough to add dimension to my face. However, this product is almost $50 and I only use this side. So while I love this for the formula and for the shade, I did find a much cheaper alternative, and that is going to be the Ben Nye Cream Color Contour in the shade Beard Stipple. So this is actually darker than the Black Up. The only thing with this is that I wish that it was a stick, just because I like stick contours more because you can control how it goes on. So because this is a cream, it can be a little messier. But as far as the formula, the shade, the blendability, this is amazing, and it's only $7. So I highly recommend this, especially if you are someone of a deeper complexion, or if you're a makeup artist and you have not been able to find a contour product, or you want to have a contour product so that you can cater to deeper clients. You definitely want to check this out. When it comes to setting my contour, there's been one product that I pretty much used all year round, and that is the BH Cosmetics times It's My Raye palette. As you guys can see, this, I hit pan on it. I don't hit pan on products for the most part. If I hit pan on something, that means I'm using it like every day, and I literally probably use this almost every single time when I contour. There was a few times when I wanted to mix it up and be a little spicy, especially if I was doing like a video for Instagram. I don't want to use the same products all the time, but this shade is amazing. Like, we need to start a petition to get BH Cosmetics and Raye to sell this as a single, because it is bomb. Like, if you have a deeper complexion, you don't need to find any other contour powder if it's not this one. It's just amazing. The palette was really affordable. I feel like it was under $20, and the shade is gorgeous. If I'm being honest, I didn't really use the eyeshadows or the highlighters, even though I've heard great things about them, but the contour is just what I was here for. I was here for the contour completely. So once I've set my under eyes and my contour, I do go ahead and use the all over face powder. And the only face powder that I have been using is the Maybelline Dark 40 setting powder. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this is another item where it's just like, it's completely gone. I literally use this every single day. Like, there's not one face powder that I use if it's not this. And it's to the point where even when I do Instagram tutorials, I don't even show what I'm using on my face powder, just because it never changes. Every single day since I've purchased this, I have used this powder. It is amazing. The shade of it is amazing to use as all over face powder for me. I have to be very careful with the face powders that I use, because the wrong face powder can leave me looking extremely gray. So this one has a little bit of a red undertone, and it just helps to blend my contour, my highlight, everything together and make it just seamless. So once I've set my face, typically I'll go ahead and spray my face. And this is the only setting spray that I use. I did recently buy the Morphe setting spray, so I'm using this. But for the most part, or not even for the most part, for all of 2018, this was the only setting spray that I used. And this is the Urban Decay D-Slick setting spray. I feel like if you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, whatever your skin is, if you want your makeup to last all day, I highly recommend this spray. And it, like, the nozzle itself is also amazing. Like, the way that it sprays, it comes out strong as a mist. I've tried other setting sprays, especially this year I tried the Boscia setting spray, and I just hated the way that it pumped out. Sometimes setting sprays will leave little white specks on your face. I never have an issue with this. I know that once I set my face, or once I spray my face, I won't have a problem with any dots or anything like that. I know that it will help to break down all of the powder so that it can melt seamlessly into my skin, and I know that it's going to help with the longevity of my makeup. So this spray is amazing. After I do spray, typically I'll go ahead and I'll do blush. For blush, I mean, I mixed it up. There's not one blush that I feel like blew my mind this year, so I'm not going to give you guys a blush powder, because I don't just want to say one thing to say one thing. There was nothing really when it comes to blush that I feel like for the entire year I used consistently and constantly that was just like everything. In the past, it has definitely been the Juvias Place blush palette. Their blush, I believe, is volume 1. So if you're in the hunt for one, that one is really, really good. But for all year, I feel like I mixed it up. I use different blushes. Now, when it comes to highlighter, I feel like I've been using the same highlighting concoction for the past 2 years. So like you guys know, I do mix my highlighter, so it is a concoction. So for my base highlighter, I use this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I did take it out of, it came in a quad. I took it out of the quad and I gave the rest to my friend. And I use this one. This is the ABH Golden Bronze from their Glow Kit. They actually don't sell this Glow Kit anymore. This was like their very first Glow Kit that they came out with. There's one that they use now, and the shades are a little different. The formula is a little different. This one for me is bae. This one is everything. As you guys can see, again, I hit pan on this, and the day that this runs out is going to be the day that I cry. And what I'll do usually for my highlighters is that I'll apply that ABH one as a base, and then I'll go on top with this NARS Unfiltered Blush Palette, and I'll go in with this shade right here. And when I apply these two highlighters together, so the ABH one and this one, I kid you not, everyone is always just like, what are you using? Like, you're glowing. And it's just because those two, they just give you a natural, let me not lie. It's not natural, it's definitely extra, but it looks like it's coming from your skin. Like, it looks like it's almost like a liquid highlighter with the way that they mix together and the way that they shine when the sun hits it. So if it's the summertime, or if wherever you at, it's hot, it's humid, and you want to look like you're glowing for the gods, I'd highly suggest mixing those two together. But since the Anastasia Beverly Hills one is sold out, or they don't make it anymore, and the NARS one is a little more expensive, another highlighter that I would definitely suggest would be the MAC Gold Deposit. This one is just a really, really, really pretty golden highlighter that just gives you, again, a natural glow. So I just mixed it in together so it gives a natural glow on your face, especially if you are of a deeper complexion. The last highlighting option that I want to talk to you guys about is something that I use when I'm feeling more creative, when I'm being extra with my looks, and that is going to be the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. As you guys can see, this pinkish highlight has been bae for this entire year. Whenever I was doing a look that had like a pink, or I just wanted to be extra, I wanted to do something more creative, I would go for this highlighter. It was like my go-to. So now that I'm done covering like the base products that I use and the eye products that I was loving, I'm going to talk to you guys about my lip combinations. So for my lip products, there's so many things that I have used, so many lipsticks and lip glosses. Oh, there's one that I need to grab that I have used this year. And there's been 2 combinations, or damn, I can't even lie. There's like 4 things. All right, I'm going to talk about all of them. So 1, if you're going to work, Gloss Bomb. Gloss Bomb for the work days. Gloss Bomb when you don't want... Ooh, I got hair. Gloss Bomb for the day where you are trying to go to work, you're trying to be simple, you're running to the corner store, you're running to the dollar store, and you just want to pop in gloss on that's not going to be too sticky, that's going to be natural and bomb. Gloss Bomb. So for lip liners, the only lip liner that I've been using recently that I've been in love with is the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. So I would typically use the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner, Dose of Colors, More Creamer Please, and then I would top it with Over the Top. So those 3, the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner, Dose of Colors, More Creamer, and Dose of Colors Over the Top Gloss. Bomb combination, perfect nude lip for anyone of any complexion. Then for the days where I wanted to be extra or spicy and I wanted to go for a red lip, you guys know that I have a lot of red lipsticks that I love, which will be linked above here. But the one that takes the cake is the Colored Rain Cherry Blossom. This red lip is perfect for everyone. Like, I don't care what your complexion is. I don't care if you've never tried a red lip. I don't care if you hate the way red looks on you. You will love this liquid lipstick, and you definitely want to catch this when it's on sale. Right now, I believe it's on sale for $8.50 on Colored Rain's website. They typically have sales throughout the year, so you can always catch this. But this is like the #1 red in the world, in my opinion. Okay, in my humble opinion, this is the #1 red lipstick in the world. The last lip product is actually something that I don't have on me right now, like in my little areas on my makeup desk, but I have to mention it. It's something that I recently purchased, but I have not been able to put it down since I've tried it, and that is the Dose of Colors One and Only Lip Gloss. That lip gloss shade, the way that it applies, everything is just bomb. Like, it's amazing. I love it so much, and I have so many nude glosses, but that one is just something about the way that the shade look, especially when I put it on with the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. That is just beautiful. Alright, so that is going to be it for the products that I have been loving in the year 2018. I hope that you found something that you also were loving, or a new product that you want to go ahead and try. Definitely comment down below and let me know if there's something that you have or that you want to go buy. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are feeling the beat, make sure you come back tomorrow, as I will have a New Year's Eve tutorial, especially for you guys, so that you have something that you can wear. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.